And it's just kind of left me thinking like, shit, all I do is like go to the gym, go on a walk and just work and like make my boss rich as fuck, right? That's like all I do with my life. So the time is 2:30 and at the time I am about 17 years old and I've just finished sixth form. Sixth form is like the UK's version of like college, I guess. So like you can stay on and do sixth form after high school. So I literally just finished sixth form, just finished going to all my classes and doing all my homework and studies. And then as soon as I finish at 2:30, I'm walking back from my school down the street on like a 15-minute walk to an office that I work at. This office that I work at is, the only reason I have the job there is because my girlfriend at the time, her like auntie owns the business. So I just happened to get like a job there like easily, no interview or anything, right? So I'm doing admin work there. And then I finished at that job at like 6 o'clock. And then once I finished at that job, I only worked there for like maybe 3 or 4 hours. I walk along to my house, I get into my black clothes. I have to wear like these black, like a black t-shirt or a black shirt with like black trousers and black shoes. And then I walk to my retail park in the place that I live at and I go work at a place called TK Maxx. In America, it's called like TJ Maxx or something. And it's like a clothing store. And I work there from like 6:30 until 10 o'clock at night. And I used to do this pretty much every day from the age of like 16 to probably close to 18. And I was working 2 jobs and going to sixth form at the same time. And then as soon as I finished sixth form, right, I get my grades. I'm opening up the letter and I've got like, I think I got like an A. I think it was the thing I did business studies at sixth form. So you didn't get like A's and B's, you got like a distinction in the merit. So I got like a distinction in the merit. Instead of like 2 distinctions, I just got like 1 down from like the best grade you can get, I guess. So I was pretty happy with that. Finished sixth form. And then I go to work full time straight away, right? I didn't go to university or any of this stuff. I just worked full time at the job that I got from, that was like in my girlfriend at the time, like her family, right? At this like sales job, right? So I'm working in an office and I'm literally working there every day whilst everyone else is enjoying their time off from sixth form, like going on to like summer holidays and like enjoying the sun. I'm just sat behind a desk, a computer screen, doing like boring admin stuff, talking to old people on the phone, right? Wasn't really enjoying that too much. And then I got another job opportunity from like the same company, but like it's a different company, but owned by like the same family, right? And this was in like construction. So I go to work at that job. I worked there for 2 years. And that's when I started developing all of these bad habits whilst I was at the job, right? So I started going out drinking all the time. Every weekend, I would just like live for the weekend. So I'd work Monday to Friday, just like non-stop graft, right? Get up at like 4:30, get the 5 o'clock in the morning bus to my job. And then I would just literally work there for the whole day in the winter, didn't see the sun at all. And I would just work, earn money for the weekend, go out drinking with the friends. And then, I developed like smoking habits. So I was like smoking on the way to the bus stop, smoking on the way back from the bus stop, smoking in between like breaks at work and stuff. And it just kind of fell into a bit of a spiral. Every morning I was going to buy a McDonald's breakfast. I never like made lunch, never like did any meal prep, never prepared any food, like healthy, nice foods for myself. I always just went to McDonald's and I gained a ton of weight, got super unhealthy. I was smoking, drinking all the time. And I didn't have anything going for me. I had a business on the side. I had a print-on-demand business. I was like flipping from business model to business model. I was just trying to make some money online and get out of this situation. And I was just kind of starting to get a bit down bad. I really wasn't happy with my girlfriend at the time. And my life was just a bit average and boring. And the reason I'm telling you this story and making this video is because I want to try and give you some advice and try and save you from living an average life. Right now, I am 22 years old. I still work a 9-to-5 job. So pretty much from the age of like 15 or just like maybe 16, I've just been working like full time, 9-to-5 jobs. I guess when I was in sixth form, I was only working on like the afternoons, but I've constantly been in work, constantly just working these office jobs, like looking at a screen for years. And really the whole reason I made this YouTube channel and started on self-improvement and started to work on business models was to try and get myself out of this situation and to try and escape and save myself from living an average life. And that's what I want to just tell you about in this video, maybe give you some advice and give you a bit of motivation. I still work in a 9-to-5 job to this day. And the whole purpose of this channel is, again, so that I can build a community and start like building up like real followers who really like my stuff and then sell products to them, right? This is what like Hamza does. This is what like Charlie Morgan does. A bunch of self-improvement YouTubers and a bunch of like finance YouTubers talk about this. And this is like a really, really good way to make money online. And I'm just like working and working to try and to get out of this situation. And I guess the whole message of this story and this video is just like, if you're in a similar situation to where I was or to where I am, where you're a young man and you're really ambitious and you don't want to live this like 5 out of 10 life where you're just going to work and sitting behind a desk all day and taking orders from someone and just having to like work on clients that you don't care about and working with companies that you don't care about, doing this like really unfulfilling work and there's like no purpose behind it. I would just urge you, and the advice I would give you is to really try and to escape from it with all of your effort. And rather than just floating through life like I did for a long time, you know, just living for the weekend and playing video games, like instead of like these methods of escapism, right? Like going out drinking with your friends, and like this is what it was for me, was like a great method of escaping like the thoughts of work, like having to go back to work on Monday, and like I'd even go out on the Sundays because I'd like just could not like be bothered thinking about the Monday. So I'd just be like, right guys, do you want to go to the pub and we'll have a few drinks? Like this is what I used to do all the time, like as a like young adult, right? I still am a young adult, but this is what I was doing just a few years ago. Literally every opportunity I had, I would escape, right? I would play video games. I was addicted to vaping, so I was just vaping, just getting like constant nicotine rush, just constantly trying to escape. And I think one of the best things you can start off doing is cutting off those bad habits and cutting off the escapism in your life. So anything that you're doing that's like you running towards comfort, right? Like running to your PS4 controller and just like hopping on with the boys on GTA, right? It might sound fun at the time, but if you're like working a full-time 9 to 5 with like no other prospects and nothing else going for you to try and get you out of that situation, you're just playing video games so that you can just escape having to think about going to work. And if we can remove all these things, like these escapism kind of like habits, like bad habits, then we're just left with like the raw, unfiltered truth and like kind of the shittiness of our lives, right? So being on self-improvement, I've like stopped watching porn, I've stopped masturbating, I've stopped playing video games, I've deleted some social media, not had social media now for 10 months. I have like basically stopped going out drinking with my friends. Like I do still go out with them, like if it's like their birthday and stuff, but right, I've stopped drinking, I've stopped doing all this stuff. And it's just kind of left me thinking like, shit, all I do is like go to the gym, go on a walk and just work and like make my boss rich as fuck, right? That's like all I do with my life. And having that kind of raw, like unfiltered view of everything is probably going to be super motivating for you once you see your life for what it is, to actually go out and try and change something. And that's what prompted me to start the YouTube channel, right? And grow this YouTube channel, put so much effort into it. And it's what prompted me to learn about business. It's what prompted me to learn about how to like build a community. It's what like prompted me how to watch all these different self-improvement YouTubers with like different ways of making money online. And when you first start doing it, it's so depressing because it's like top 7 like best ways to make $10,000 a month and all this stuff, like really clickbaity stuff, right? But I think when you really start researching into it and you find some really good YouTubers who can really help you, you can really start making a difference. And for me, like, I don't know everything, right? I literally don't know anything. Like, I don't make money online. I'm just like being honest from the position I'm in. I don't make any money online right now, but I feel like I've done a lot of research on it and I'm very driven, and like most of my time now is just dedicated towards research, upskilling myself, reading, watching videos from other self-improvement YouTubers, and then making content. And I feel like a lot happier than I did, even though my situation hasn't really changed that much from where it was. Cutting off all of the like escapism habits, I feel a much better position now, having something going for me, right? I'm like, I've got this YouTube channel, I've got to 1,000 subscribers, I've done a lot of the hard work already, right? That first like 1,000 subscribers is like every YouTuber guru will tell you like the first 1,000 is the hardest to get. And I've kind of done that. So like, I'm proud of that, right? I'm proud that I've got this channel to the point it's at, even though it's not a big channel, I'm still proud of it. So if you're gonna get any value from this video, all I want you to know is just try and save yourself from living an average existence, right? If you're not an ambitious person and you kind of just want to have like a decent, well-paying job that just like pays the bills, and you just want to have kids and just like wholesome, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, fine, like cool, go for it, right? and like, you probably won't be interested in this channel, to be honest, if you're that kind of guy. But if you're like ambitious and you've seen all these like really successful people who go and travel the world and they've got all the time freedom, and these like digital nomads who just work from anywhere with the laptop and they meet up with like-minded people, like if you're one of these people who wants to do that, then the advice I would give you from, you know, the situation I was in is just start, right? Get rid of all of the bad habits that you're escaping to like forget about your current existence, and just start, right? Make the first video, like create the first website, right? Whatever it is. And like me personally, I'm biased towards this kind of business model, right? YouTube and like self-improvement and teaching and educational, because I really think that's where everything's going now. I don't think it's as much important about being an entertainer anymore. I really think providing value is, well, that's the whole like core of business, isn't it? It's like solving a problem for someone, alleviating someone's pain and helping them by providing value or providing them some kind of motivation, like a helping hand up the mountain of success, I guess, right? Just helping them up along the way. That's what people are going to pay you for in the end. So that's the business model that I would suggest that you go on to try and get out of this situation. But yeah, just start, bro. Like if you're in the situation I was in, like, and it's the situation most young guys are in, I totally get it. And if you're ambitious and you want to get out of that situation, instead of blaming it on other people and blaming it on the government and just like, you know, like being the victim and playing the victim card and just like blaming your parents for the way you were raised and all this stuff, like instead of doing all that, just take your life into your own hands, take a bit of control and just go out there and start doing some stuff, right? I want to leave you with one phrase before I end the video, which I got from the book, The Millionaire's Fast Lane, which is an amazing book. It's like the first book that every self-improvement YouTuber pretty much reads, right? Because it's so famous. But there's like one key concept, which is just be a producer and not a consumer. If you're right now a consumer, right, consuming content constantly, consuming social media, consuming food, like just junk food and just consuming everything, right, and you're not actually giving anything to the world, you're not giving any advice or value out to the world, then I would just say keep that in mind constantly throughout the whole building of this YouTube channel. Every video I make, everything I do, I just think, how can I be a producer? How can I produce value rather than just consuming it? So I think that's about it. Bit of a random kind of ranty video, I guess. It's just something I had on my mind. And yeah, thank you for watching, bro. That's about it. See ya.